If you've noticed your property tax bill increasing faster than your income, you're not alone. Across Ohio, homeowners are facing rising valuations and unfair tax burdens. Escalating property taxes are putting a tremendous financial strain on homeowners, particularly seniors and lower-income families, but we can do something about it. First, let's break down property tax. According to the Ohio Department of Taxation website, in 1976, the Ohio General Assembly passed House Bill 920, a law designed to stabilize property taxes by adjusting tax rates when property values change. This prevents drastic tax hikes or cuts based solely on market fluctuations. The Ohio Department of Taxation manages this system, ensuring you don't wake up one morning owing a fortune just because the housing market had a mood swing. So why do property taxes keep going up? County auditors set new values every 6 years through a reappraisal process. A lot can happen in 6 years, so the county auditors update values in the third year after the reappraisals, so that property accurately reflects current market value. Hold on. It's more complicated than that. Many of these tax increases are approved at the ballot box. So before we start shaking our fists at our county auditor, maybe we should double-check what we've been voting for. School levies, municipal levies, and bond issues. Yep, they all play a role in property tax hikes. That's why it's critical to understand the issues before you vote. Attend city council meetings, school board discussions, and county commissioner hearings. Track where your tax dollars go. Consider joining citizen-led initiatives. These action groups often review government spending and advocate for responsible budgeting. Additionally, attend town halls like Project Promise's Property Tax Reform Summit, where professional presenters and officials discuss policy decisions and tax allocations. And speaking of that, Ohio's 88 counties do not reappraise properties simultaneously. Instead, reappraisals are staggered into thirds, meaning only a portion of Ohio experiences major increases at any given time. Many citizen-led advocacy groups argue that this staggered approach weakens efforts to pass a constitutional amendment for property tax reform. Think about it. A constitutional amendment requires significant public and political support. If only 1/3 of the state is facing significant increases in any given year, the urgency for reform may not reach the critical mass needed for statewide change. Right now, Portage, Lake, Summit, and Cleveland area counties are feeling the pinch. But sooner or later, the pendulum will swing your way.
My home, built in 1911. It's still got plaster walls. I have the same windows. Nothing has been changed.
Beth Blackmar's property tax story this year is like many Ohioans. She feels like her home, which is more than 100 years old, is overvalued on the latest assessment.
None of it has been changed. I'm not the new rehab next door where the house was flipped and it's new from the studs in, yet my valuation reflects that.
Nobody should lose their home because they can't afford the taxes.
Marlene Homan has lived here in Cleveland for almost 50 years, raising 2 sons, mourning her husband's death, and living simply.
I was raised to be frugal.
Now her property taxes are going up by more than $300 a year, and she's not alone.
You know, when you're on Social Security,
a lot of us will be forced out of our homes due to the taxes increasing.
Residential property taxes increased 14.8% in Hamilton County overall this year. In Cincinnati, 23.3%, with higher spikes elsewhere, like East Westwood, up a staggering 128%.
Some key solutions to consider: expanding the homestead exemption, implementing property tax deferral programs for seniors, and this next one often gets misinterpreted: establishing a constitutionally sound mechanism for funding public education. Let's be clear, this isn't about defunding schools. It's about rethinking how we fund them and creating a more fair system. February 20th, 2025, State Representatives David Thomas and Thomas Hall introduced the Flip the Script legislation. This proposed bill would change how the process of valuing property is completed during revaluations by putting county auditors in charge of the sales used to determine valuation changes, not the State Department of Taxation. The question is, will we let outdated policies dictate our future or push for real reform? You risk losing your home because a broken system demands more. That's not fair. Project Promise is fighting for homeowners like you. Real relief, real solutions. Please join us March 6th because your home should be yours to keep.